We all know that life gets overwhelming, sometimes in tiny ways, like losing your keys, and sometimes in extreme ways, like feeling stuck, confused, or completely drained. But what if the calm we're all searching for has been within us the whole time? What if peace is closer than we think? Tonight's story, Find Peace Within, the Buddha's wisdom is with you, invites you into that quiet space. In today's video, we'll talk about discovering inner peace through simple Buddhist wisdom. So let's not waste any time, and let's begin. Take a slow inhale, just as you are. No forcing, no shaping, simply noticing. Your breath has been with you every moment of your life, asking for nothing, carrying you through every high and every low. Tonight, it becomes your guide, the soft thread that leads you back home to yourself. As you breathe in, feel the coolness near the entrance of your nose. As you breathe out, notice the warmth drifting out. Tiny details, the kind we usually miss in the rush of everyday life, now become the doorway into peace. You don't have to try to relax. Your breath knows the way, and it will take you there step by gentle step. Let the inhale lift your chest ever so slightly, and let the exhale soften everything you've been holding. If your mind wanders, it's all good. Minds wander because they're alive. Just greet the distraction gently, like waving at a friend in passing, and return to the breath waiting patiently for you. Buddhist teachings describe the breath as a bridge, a quiet connection between the body and the mind. You're standing on that bridge now, feeling the rhythm of your breathing as it moves through you, unhurried and natural. With each inhale, imagine you're gathering calm. With each exhale, imagine you're letting go of the weight you no longer need to carry. Notice how the breath flows in cycles, rising, settling, rising again. This rhythm has been here since the day you were born, a loyal companion through every moment you've lived. Even when you weren't paying attention, it continued. Even through stress, through joy, through exhaustion, it stayed with you. Tonight, give it the space to speak in its own quiet language. As you breathe, feel how the body responds. The shoulders lower, the jaw softens, the brow releases its tiny tensions. Your breath is doing this all on its own, gently showing your body that it's safe to rest, safe to let go, safe to drift inward. And as you follow each breath, imagine you're walking down a slow, peaceful path. Trees sway softly on either side, leaves whispering in a language that feels familiar, like something your soul knew long before you learned words. Each inhale is one step forward. Each exhale is a step closer to a calm, grounded center within you. If thoughts appear, memories, worries, little mental chatter, don't push them away. Just let them float like passing clouds. They might drift in, but they don't have to stay. Your breath is the sky beneath them, wide and steady, unbothered by whatever moves across it. Feel the breath settling deeper now. The inhale travels lower, down toward the belly. The exhale loosens the hips, the lower back, the spaces that quietly store the stress of long days and heavy emotions. Let these places unwind. Let them trust the rhythm that is guiding you. Breathe as if you're being cradled by your own body, supported, held, comforted. In this moment, nothing is required of you except to exist. No responsibilities, no expectations, no noise. Just the rise and fall of breath, as soft and natural as waves brushing against the shore. Now notice the pause, that tiny stillness between inhale and exhale. It's subtle, almost hidden, but it's there. A little pocket of quiet. A moment where everything stops. These pauses are like small doorways into inner peace. You don't need to hold them or extend them. Just notice them. Let them be. Feel your breath becoming slower without you having to shape it. Feel your mind loosening its grip. Feel your body sinking just a bit deeper into rest. The breath is leading you further inward, gently, patiently, like a friend who has walked this path many times. And as this calm strengthens, it prepares you for the next step, grounding yourself completely, allowing your body to become as steady and unmoving as a mountain in deep stillness. When you're ready, we'll follow that sense of stability into the next chapter, letting your breath guide you toward a deeper sense of presence and peace. The breath continues to rise and fall gently within you, steady and dependable. And as it settles deeper, you may notice your body yearning for stillness, a quiet place to rest, to root, to feel solid again. Follow that instinct, that subtle pull toward grounding, as we move into the next chapter of your journey. Let your body grow heavy in the best possible way, like it's slowly remembering how to settle into itself. There is no rush, no need to adjust anything. Just feel the natural weight of your body softening into the surface beneath you. Imagine that you're becoming as steady as a mountain, unmoving, grounded, and completely at ease. In Buddhist teachings, the mountain is a symbol of stability. No matter how strong the winds blow, or how loud the world becomes, the mountain remains exactly where it is, calm, patient, unshaken. Right now, picture your body taking on that same quiet strength. With each exhale, imagine your weight sinking a little deeper, your muscles releasing themselves from the grip of the day. Bring your attention to your legs. Feel them becoming rooted, like the base of a mountain spreading wide and firm across the earth. There's no tension needed here. Mountains do not need to try. They simply exist, steady in their presence. Let your legs rest in that same effortless stability. Now, bring awareness to your back, your spine aligning with a gentle sense of upward support. Mountains rise tall, but they do not strain. They lift naturally from the ground with dignity and silence. Let your spine find its own version of that dignity, not rigid, not forced, just comfortably upright within your own shape. Your shoulders can soften now, sliding downward like snow melting off a ridge. Feel them drop away from your ears, releasing the invisible burdens you carried throughout the day. Imagine these burdens rolling down the slopes of your inner mountain, dissolving into the earth below. You don't have to pick them back up. You don't have to hold anything. Let your arms rest easily. Let the hands relax without effort. Notice how, when a mountain is still, everything on it becomes still too. Branches, stones, shadows. Allow that same stillness to spread into your limbs, your palms, your fingertips. This is your moment to stop doing and simply be. Move your awareness now to your chest. Feel it expand gently with each inhale, like a mountain peak touched by soft morning light. With each exhale, let the chest fall naturally, as though the light is fading into dusk. There is no rush, just the slow rise and fall, steady and rhythmic. Your face can soften too. Imagine the mountain at twilight, quiet, serene, untouched by urgency. Let your forehead smooth itself out. Let the space around your eyes release. Your jaw loosens. Your tongue rests comfortably. The whole face unwinds, like a landscape at peace. As your body settles, feel the deep, grounding steadiness spreading through you. This is the kind of stillness that doesn't require perfection, only presence. You don't have to be perfectly calm. You don't have to eliminate every thought. You just rest, like a mountain rests, naturally, fully, without apology. Even if your mind wanders, that's okay. Mountains witness storms, clouds, winds, and seasons, yet they remain. In the same way, you can let thoughts drift across your awareness without losing your stability. You are grounded. You are safe. You are steady beneath whatever comes and goes inside the mind. Feel the quiet strength growing inside you now. A strength that doesn't shout, doesn't force, doesn't demand. It simply exists. This is the strength that comes from stillness, from connection to your own body, from remembering that you don't have to hold everything together all the time. Let yourself rest in this feeling for a few slow breaths. The more you relax into your own weight, the more your inner mountain forms, a presence that supports you from the inside out. You are learning the art of resting without collapsing, relaxing without losing awareness. This is the foundation for deeper peace. And as your body grows steadier, your mind begins to sense the spaciousness opening within. The body is grounded, and now the mind can begin to clear, like a sky opening above the mountain. This gentle shift prepares the way for the next chapter, where the mind becomes a wide, open space, calm, clear, and free. Whenever you're ready, we'll follow this grounded stillness into that quiet sky of the mind. The body now rests in a deep, grounded stillness, steady as a mountain beneath a gentle sky. And as that stillness settles, you may start to notice the space above it, the quiet room of the mind, stretching far and wide. Let's step into that space now, softly and without effort, as we move into the next chapter of your journey. Imagine your mind as a wide, open sky, endless, untouched, and naturally spacious. The sky doesn't need to force itself to be clear. It simply is. Even when clouds gather, even when storms pass through, the sky remains unchanged beneath it all. You are that sky right now, expansive and capable of holding everything without being overwhelmed. Bring your awareness gently to whatever thoughts drift into your mind. You don't need to push them away. You don't need to grab onto them. Just imagine they are clouds, some thin and wispy, others thick and heavy, all moving through the same vast space. Thoughts come and go, because that's what thoughts do. The sky never panics when clouds appear, and you don't need to either. Maybe a memory shows up. Maybe something you forgot to do. Maybe a tiny worry about tomorrow. Watch it float by, as if it's painted on a cloud, slowly drifting across your awareness and dissolving on its own. You don't chase it. You don't cling to it. You just let it pass in its own time. Breathe softly as you observe this flow. Inhale. The sky expands. Exhale. The clouds move gently along. Your breath and the sky are working together, creating space inside you where nothing feels too tight, nothing feels too urgent. If a thought feels sticky or loud, imagine giving it more room instead of resisting it. The more space you give it, the less power it has. Feel the openness above that calm, grounded body. It's wide, it's peaceful, and it's yours. The mind doesn't have to be empty to be at peace. It just needs room. Room for thoughts to appear, exist, and then pass away naturally. Like watching the weather shift across a horizon. Notice how some thoughts fade quickly, like tiny clouds disappearing in sunlight. Others linger a bit, drifting slowly. Both are okay. You're not measuring the mind, and you're not rating your performance. You're just watching, allowing, releasing. This is the gentle awareness taught in Buddhist meditation, the practice of observing without judgment. Feel what it's like to witness your own mind without getting pulled into every thought. This is freedom. This is spaciousness. This is clarity that doesn't demand silence. It simply offers space for everything to unfold. And sometimes, in this spacious sky, there are pockets of clear blue, moments where no thought demands attention. When these arrive, let them stay as long as they want. Don't grasp them. Don't try to hold on to clarity. Just let it be a soft breeze passing through the wide openness. If emotions rise, treat them the same way. They are weather systems, natural, temporary, and always changing. Sadness might be a gentle rain. Anxiety might be fast-moving wind. Peace might be warm sunlight. All of it moves through the sky. That is you. None of it defines you. As you breathe, notice the subtle peace forming within the mind. Not a forced peace. Not the kind that requires effort. This is the peace that appears when you stop wrestling with your own thoughts and simply allow everything to be as it is. Your mind is vast enough to hold every cloud. You are spacious enough to sit with anything without breaking. And you are gentle enough to let each thought move in its own time. Feel the clarity growing, a soft, quiet clarity that comes from accepting the mind exactly as it appears, moment by moment. This clarity isn't sharp or intense. It's a calm knowing, a sense of inner space that supports you, like a quiet sky supports the drifting clouds. Stay in this awareness for a few breaths. Feel the vastness. Feel the openness. Feel the freedom in not needing to control any of it. And as this sense of clarity rests lightly within you, another feeling begins to emerge. Something warm, soft, and deeply human. A tenderness toward yourself. A gentle kindness that begins to glow quietly in the chest. This warmth is the beginning of compassion, and it will guide us into the next chapter, where you'll learn to turn that kindness inward, letting it soothe you from the inside out. When you're ready, we'll move into that soft glow together. As the sky of your mind opens wider and the clouds drift without resistance, a quiet warmth begins to gather at the center of your chest, subtle at first, like the first hint of sunrise touching the horizon. This warmth grows gently, not pushing, not demanding, just inviting you to soften. Let's follow that glow now, as it becomes the beginning of compassion directed inward. Place your attention gently on the area around your heart, not forcing anything, just noticing. There's a warmth there, a soft glow that slowly expands with every breath. Imagine it as a small ember, something steady and alive, carrying the warmth of the Buddha's compassion. You don't have to create it. It's already there, waiting to be acknowledged. Compassion for yourself doesn't need grand gestures. It begins with a simple recognition. You've been trying your best. Even on days when you felt scattered, overwhelmed, or far from perfect, you carried yourself through life with the strength you had at the time. Let that truth soften the edges inside you. As you breathe in, let warmth gather in your chest. As you breathe out, let that warmth melt tension, like sunlight dissolving frost. Imagine the warm light radiating outward slowly, filling your chest, your shoulders, your arms. This is not a heat that overwhelms. It's a gentle presence, like someone placing a comforting hand on your back. You deserve this softness. You deserve this peace. And you don't need to earn it. It's simply yours because you are human. Often, we speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to someone we care about. Harsh, impatient, unforgiving. But here, in this stillness, those old voices don't have to lead the way. Let them fade to the background like distant echoes. Instead, imagine a new voice, kinder, gentler, and patient, rising from that warm center in your chest. This inner voice doesn't demand perfection. It doesn't judge your past. It simply whispers, "You're doing okay. Rest now." Let your breath deepen slightly as this compassion grows. Inhale. Feel the warmth brighten. Exhale. Feel it soften the tight spaces, the old worries, the self-blame, the hidden exhaustion. Compassion doesn't erase the hard parts of your life, but it holds them with tenderness. It tells the tired parts of you, you are allowed to rest. Feel the warmth reach your throat now, loosening the tension that gathers from words unspoken or emotions carried too long. Let it move up toward your face, relaxing the small muscles around your eyes and mouth, the places that hold the stories of long days. With every exhale, the warmth tells your body, "It's okay, let it go." This compassion is not weakness. In Buddhist teachings, compassion is strength, the kind that softens what is rigid, heals what is wounded, and makes space for peace to settle in. Let this warmth continue radiating outward, filling your belly, your back, your legs. Your whole body rests in a gentle field of kindness, held without judgment. If any difficult feelings rise, treat them like small children coming to you for comfort. You don't push them away. You don't scold them. You hold them close with understanding. Tell them, I see you. You can rest now. This is self-compassion, seeing your own suffering clearly and choosing to respond with care instead of criticism. Feel how your breath responds, slower, softer, more forgiving. The warmth inside you may be steady now, glowing like a lantern in a quiet room. You don't need to do anything with it. Just let it exist. Let it hold every part of you. The parts that feel strong, the parts that feel tired, and even the parts that feel uncertain. You are worthy of this kindness. You always have been. Stay in this warmth for a few slow breaths. Feel how it gently reshapes the energy inside you, turning strain into peace, turning tightness into ease. With each moment, your heart softens a little more, becoming open, spacious, and tender. And as this compassion fills you, something natural begins to happen. The warmth wants to expand. Compassion, by nature, doesn't stay contained. It grows outward, radiating toward others just as easily as it radiates within. Not out of obligation, but out of abundance. This gentle expansion leads us naturally into the next chapter, where the kindness you've cultivated within yourself begins to reach outward, touching the world around you with the same softness you've given your own heart. When you're ready, we'll follow that expanding light into the practice of loving kindness for others. The warm compassion you've been nurturing in your own heart begins to settle, gentle and steady, like a soft light glowing from within. And as it rests there, you might notice something natural unfolding. The warmth doesn't stay contained. It wants to move outward, extending itself the same way a candle flame can light another wick without losing anything. Let's allow that inner glow to expand now, reaching gently beyond the borders of your own body. Begin by resting your awareness on the warm, compassionate light you cultivated in your heart. Feel how steady it has become, how naturally it sits there, without effort. This is the foundation of metta, loving kindness, a quality that begins within, but naturally expands outward. You don't force it, you don't chase it. It grows the way a flower opens in the morning sun. Take a slow breath in, letting the warmth brighten slightly. Breathe out, and let that warmth soften you even more. Now imagine someone you care about. Someone who brings a sense of ease or gentleness to your heart. It can be a close friend, a family member, a mentor, or even a pet. There's no need to force an image. Simply let the first person who feels right come to mind. Picture them standing in the soft glow of your compassion, as if your heart's light gently spills into the space around them. As they stand there, offer them the same kindness you offered yourself, not through effort, but through intention, a quiet blessing carried by the breath. May you feel safe. May you feel peaceful. May you feel held by kindness. There's no need to repeat the words out loud. Just let the meaning drift through your awareness like a soothing breeze. Notice how your heart responds when you hold another being in this gentle light. It doesn't strain. It doesn't resist. It opens. Let your breath guide this soft expansion. With each inhale, Feel the compassion grow warmer. With each exhale, let it reach the one you're holding in your heart. Now, imagine the circle widening slightly. Include someone you know, but don't feel particularly close to. A neighbor, a classmate, a coworker, someone whose presence is neutral in your life. See them standing beside the first person, both gently illuminated by your expanding warmth. Offer them the same quiet wishes. May you be at ease. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace. Notice that nothing inside you has to change to offer this. Loving kindness is not about forcing affection. It's about widening the space in your heart to hold others with gentleness, just as they are. As your circle widens, imagine including someone you find difficult, not someone who has deeply harmed you, just someone whose presence brings a bit of tension or discomfort. This isn't about excusing or forgetting. It's about recognizing that every being carries their own struggles, fears, and wounds. Let them stand in the soft light with the others. You're not giving them power. You're giving yourself freedom. Freedom from carrying tightness in your heart. Offer them the same wish, even if only lightly. May you be free from inner struggle. The warmth doesn't shrink. It doesn't waver. It simply expands, effortlessly, like ripples moving across a calm lake. Now picture the circle widening far beyond your personal life. Let it include people you've never met, strangers walking down busy streets, travelers on distant roads, families settling in for the night, children laughing, elders resting. Imagine them bathed in the same gentle light. Feel how natural it is to wish well for others when the heart is soft. May all beings find rest. May all beings feel safe. May all beings live with peace. Your compassion now flows like a quiet current, extending in every direction without draining you. Loving kindness isn't a resource that runs out. It grows as it's shared. The more you offer, the more spacious and light your own heart becomes. Now, imagine the circle expanding even further, beyond your city, beyond your country, across forests, oceans, mountains, every corner of the earth. Every creature, every person, every being touched by that warm, healing glow. You are a mountain rooted in stillness, a sky open and vast, and now a light that radiates across the world. This is metta, boundless, gentle, effortless compassion. Rest in this feeling for a few breaths. Feel the warmth in your chest. Feel the spaciousness around your heart. Feel the quiet truth that nothing in you has to harden to face the world. As this wide compassion settles, a new layer of understanding emerges, one that teaches patience, a soft reminder that everything, including compassion, unfolds in its own time. And so, with a heart already expanding outward, you're ready to step into the next chapter, where we explore the calm, patient nature of life's flow. When you're ready, we'll follow that gentle current into the practice of patience and acceptance. The warmth of loving kindness continues to expand gently, like ripples moving outward across a quiet lake. And as these ripples soften and stretch, you may notice something subtle beneath them. A sense of rhythm, of natural timing, of life flowing at its own pace. This gentle rhythm invites you to release urgency, to move with the world instead of against it, Let's follow that flow now. Imagine a slow-moving stream, clear and gentle, winding its way through a quiet forest. The water doesn't rush, it doesn't strain. It takes the shape of everything it encounters, drifting around stones, gliding past fallen branches, sliding effortlessly over smooth earth. This is the nature of water: patient, adaptive, unbothered by anything in its path. Now, imagine your breath settling into that same rhythm. Inhale, the water gathers softly. Exhale, it flows onward, unhurried and natural. Let your body feel this movement. Even though you're resting, there is a quiet internal current easing through you. Like the stream, you don't need to force anything. You don't need to speed up to meet expectations or slow down to match someone else's pace. You simply flow, steadily, gently, at the pace that is right for you. Patience, in Buddhist teachings, is not about waiting with tension. It's about releasing the tightness that demands things to be different right now. It's the art of moving with life instead of gripping it. Think of water encountering a rock in its path. It doesn't freeze or panic. It doesn't push aggressively. It simply curves around the obstacle and continues on its way. What if you allowed yourself to move like that? What if life's obstacles were not walls, but shapes you could simply flow around? Feel your breath soften as you imagine yourself becoming like this water. Adaptable, steady, patient. Notice how the body responds when urgency dissolves. The shoulders drop, the chest opens. The stomach releases tension it's been holding quietly. Your whole being shifts into a more fluid, peaceful state. Let your mind drift beside the stream now. Notice the quiet sounds, the soft trickle of water slipping past stones, the gentle hush of leaves stirred by a passing breeze. Everything moves in its own time. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is forced. This is the pace of nature, the pace you are reconnecting with now. If thoughts arise, worries about the future, impatience with yourself, frustration with things outside your control, imagine placing each thought gently into the water. Watch it float away, carried by the current, not pushed, not thrown, simply released. The stream handles it. The stream takes it where it needs to go. Your breath continues to follow that same soft rhythm. With every inhale, you gather calm. With every exhale, you let go of urgency. The mind quiets not because you silence it, but because you give it room to flow. Water teaches us that softness doesn't mean weakness. It's a resilient patience that wears down mountains over time. Think about the river's journey. It doesn't ask how long it will take to reach the ocean. It doesn't worry about the twists, the turns, the dark valleys it might pass through. It moves steadily, trusting that every bend leads somewhere. It trusts the path. It trusts its own movement. Let yourself trust in the same way. Trust that you don't have to figure everything out tonight. Trust that your pace is enough. Trust that life unfolds in its own rhythm. Feel how your breath deepens with this trust. Feel how the body loosens. Feel how the mind becomes spacious again, like the sky above the water. This sense of patience opens a different kind of peace. One that's not quiet, because nothing is happening, but quiet because you're not fighting the flow. Rest in that flow now. Breathe with it. You are water moving smoothly around the stones. You are the stream gliding forward without strain. You are patience itself. And as this patience settles into your body, you may begin to sense something deeper beneath it. A quiet surrender. Not giving up, but letting go of the need to control. Allowing yourself to be carried by the moment instead of resisting it. This gentle surrender is the next step on your journey. Let the stream guide you there as the flow of patience becomes the flow of presence. When you're ready, we'll drift naturally into the next chapter, where the art of letting go becomes a peaceful embrace of the present moment. The water within you continues its steady, unhurried flow. And as it moves, you may notice something loosening inside. A gentle release where tension once held tight. Patience softens the grip, and in that softness, letting go becomes possible. Not forced, not pressured, just a natural next step in the quiet rhythm of your inner journey. Let's follow that soft release now. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, imagine a small weight rolling off your shoulders. Nothing dramatic, nothing sudden, just a gentle release, the way leaves fall from a branch when the wind is right. Letting go doesn't have to be a grand event. Often it's simply choosing not to hold something as tightly as you did a moment ago. Let your body settle a little deeper. Feel the places where tension hides. In the jaw, the neck, the belly, the chest. And imagine each inhale loosening the knots just a bit. You're not forcing them open. You're giving them permission to relax. That's what letting go truly is. Permission. In Buddhist teachings, non-attachment isn't about rejecting life or pushing things away. It's about softening the grip. You don't throw the rope. You just loosen your hand. You don't deny emotion. You simply let it move. You don't pretend nothing happened. You choose not to be tangled in it. Right now, imagine holding a small pebble in your hand. This pebble represents something you've been gripping. A worry, a memory, a fear, a pressure you carry quietly. Feel how your fingers tighten around it without you even realizing. Holding takes effort. Holding takes energy. Now take a breath, and on the exhale, gently open your hand in your imagination. You don't drop the pebble, you just stop gripping it. Notice the relief that comes from that tiny shift, the space that opens in your palm, the absence of strain. Let that feeling reflect what's happening inside you. Your breath continues to guide you. Inhale, spaciousness. Exhale, release. You don't have to let go of everything. You don't have to solve anything tonight. Letting go is not a demand. It's an invitation. Release one thing, even if it's small. Release the pressure to be productive. Release the need to feel a certain way. Release the thought that you should be somewhere else in life by now. Let those ideas drift out like exhaled breath, dissolving into the air. If a strong thought or emotion comes up, don't fight it. Letting go doesn't mean resisting. Picture it like a cloud drifting across the sky of your mind. You don't pull it closer. You don't push it away. You just let it pass. Clouds always do. Let your breath drop deeper into your belly now. Feel how each inhale brings space into your body, and each exhale carries away a little more tension. This is how the body practices letting go, through softness, through breath, through quiet surrender. Notice any part of you that still feels tight or guarded. Instead of forcing it to release, send it kindness. Tell that part, you're safe now. The more safety you feel, the easier release becomes. The body lets go when it believes it's allowed to rest. Imagine standing by a riverbank. In your hands, you hold a small leaf. This leaf represents anything that has been weighing on you today, big or small. When you feel ready, imagine placing the leaf on the surface of the water. Watch it float. Watch the current gently take it away. You don't chase it. You don't analyze it. You simply watch it go. Feel the peace that follows, the quiet space inside you, the sense that your heart has just been given a little more room. Letting go isn't losing. It isn't forgetting. It's freeing your hands so you can breathe again, rest again, be present again. It's choosing not to carry what hurts more than it helps. Rest in this spaciousness for a moment. Feel how light the body becomes when it isn't gripping. Feel how calm the mind becomes when it isn't wrestling with itself. And from this place of openness, something begins to arise. A sense of returning home to yourself, of settling into a safe inner sanctuary. When the weight lifts, even a little, it creates room for refuge. This quiet refuge is where we're heading next. A peaceful inner space that's always been within you, waiting for you to arrive. When you're ready, we'll step into that sanctuary together. As the leaf drifts down the river and disappears around a gentle bend, the space inside you opens even more. The absence of what you were holding makes room for something softer. A quiet sense of homecoming. A return to a place within you that has always been steady, calm, and untouched by worry. This inner refuge has been waiting patiently. Let's step into it now. Let your breath settle into an easy, natural rhythm. Feel the body soften. Not because you force it, but because it finally feels allowed. Every inhale invites you inward, and every exhale clears the path a little more. You're moving toward a place within yourself, a sanctuary built from stillness, silence, and the gentle truth that you deserve rest. Imagine now that you're walking along a quiet path. The air is cool, the ground soft beneath your feet, and the world around you is hushed in a peaceful twilight. There's no rush, no urgency. Each step feels light, effortless, guided by something deep and steady inside you. Ahead of you, a soft glow appears, like a lantern shining in the dusk. This glow marks the entrance to your inner refuge, a place where the mind can rest, where the heart can heal, where the body can simply be. As you approach, feel a warmth gathering in your chest, a quiet recognition that this place is yours and has always been yours. Step through the entrance. Inside, the space opens wide. It feels familiar, as though you've returned to a home you forgot you had. The air here carries a stillness that calms every corner of your body. There is no noise of the world, no expectations, no pressure, just a deep, steady peace that meets you like an old friend. Look around this sanctuary in your imagination. Maybe it's a room filled with soft light. Maybe it's a quiet cave warmed by candles. Maybe it's a serene forest clearing. It can take any form your heart needs. Let it shape itself naturally, without you having to decide. The mind knows the way. Settle down into this space. Feel the ground supporting you fully. Allow the body to grow heavier, as though the earth itself cradles you. Here, in this refuge, nothing is asked of you. Nothing is required. You can rest without explanation. Let the silence wrap around you like a warm blanket. Silence isn't empty here. It's full of comfort, full of presence. It holds you gently, reminding you that stillness is not the absence of life, but the presence of peace. Take a slow breath in and a long breath out. Let the peace of this place seep into your bones. Notice how the mind reacts to this stillness. It may quiet quickly, or it may linger on a few thoughts before settling. Both are natural. Thoughts will arise, but the refuge around you softens their edges. They feel lighter here, less demanding, like small echoes fading into a vast room. Let your awareness sink deeper now, beneath thoughts, beneath sensations, beneath the maze of daily life. Imagine lowering yourself into a calm pool, where the surface ripples slowly and the deeper water is cool and still. This is what your inner refuge feels like, untouched, undisturbed, peacefully waiting. Stay here for a few breaths. Let the stillness seep into your heart. Let your mind float gently. Let every part of you exhale. This refuge exists not to escape the world, but to give you a place to return to, a source of grounding, clarity, and strength. A place where you can reconnect with who you are beneath all the layers of worry and expectation. And from this stillness, something subtle begins to awaken, a soft, luminous awareness. Not a sharp alertness, but a gentle clarity, like a candle glowing in a dark room. It doesn't overwhelm, it simply illuminates. This awareness is the next step on your journey. From refuge comes clarity. From stillness comes insight. From rest comes awakening. As you settle deeper into your sanctuary, that quiet light of awareness begins to grow, inviting you to explore the spaciousness within your own mind, a spaciousness that clears the way for understanding, insight, and peace. Whenever you're ready, we'll move into that gentle illumination together in the next chapter. The stillness of your inner refuge settles around you like soft twilight, steady and protective. And as you rest within it, a faint glow begins to rise, subtle at first, then slowly growing clearer, like a lantern being lit in a quiet room. This gentle light doesn't rush or pierce. It warms, it illuminates, it helps you see within. Let's follow that glow now. Imagine a small lantern resting in the center of your refuge, simple, warm, and steady. This lantern represents your awareness, the gentle mindfulness that allows you to see your inner world without judgment. It doesn't burn brightly like a spotlight. It glows softly, just enough to reveal things as they are, without fear, without pressure. Bring your attention to this light. Notice how it flickers gently but never goes out. This is the quiet resilience of awareness. It doesn't fight the darkness, it simply illuminates it. In the same way, your awareness doesn't try to erase your thoughts or emotions. It simply makes space for them to be seen. Take a slow breath in. Feel the lantern glow a little brighter. Take a long breath out. Feel the light spread gently through your refuge. Let the lantern illuminate your breath first. Watch it entering and leaving your body without trying to change it. This simple noticing is the heart of mindfulness. You don't have to control the breath, you only watch it move. There is peace in seeing without doing. Now let the lantern shine over your thoughts. You might see a few drifting in, maybe memories, maybe small worries, maybe random fragments from your day. Instead of pushing them away, imagine the lantern light surrounding them, softening them. Awareness doesn't judge. It doesn't cling. It doesn't react. It simply observes, gently and steadily. Thoughts lose their sharpness when seen in this gentle light. They become shapes, not threats. Clouds, not storms. If a thought feels heavy, let the lantern's glow hold it. Let it rest in that warmth until it naturally fades or drifts away. You don't have to direct its movement. Awareness takes care of that on its own. Now, let the lantern shine into your emotions. Maybe there's peace, maybe there's tiredness, maybe a little sadness or uncertainty. Whatever appears, let it be touched by the light. Let it be seen without resistance. This is the essence of mindful compassion, allowing your heart's landscape to exist without forcing it into something else. The lantern doesn't change what it illuminates. It simply reveals it with kindness. Trust this light. Trust its gentle honesty. Trust its warmth. Bring your attention now to the sensations in your body, the softness in your shoulders, the calm weight in your legs, the quiet rise and fall of your chest. Let the lantern light settle into each area, revealing tension where it still lingers and comfort where relaxation has already taken hold. Where tension remains, the light doesn't criticize. It says, I see you. You can rest too. Where ease exists, the light says, stay. You're safe here. Feel how your awareness becomes kinder the more you allow it to illuminate without judgment. Mindfulness isn't strict or stiff. It's warm, patient, and deeply human. It's a lantern you carry within you wherever you go, whether you notice it or not. Now imagine the lantern growing slightly brighter, its warm glow filling the entire sanctuary. The walls, the floor, the air. Everything touched by this gentle light becomes calm and clear. There is nothing hidden here, nothing denied, nothing forced. Just you, illuminated in the soft glow of your own presence. Notice how clarity naturally arises when things are simply seen. Not analyzed, not controlled, just seen. Awareness brings understanding. Understanding brings peace. Let yourself rest in this clarity for a few breaths. Inhale. The lantern glows. Exhale. The light expands. As this gentle illumination fills the refuge, you may feel something tender begin to awaken. A subtle appreciation. A quiet gratitude for this moment of peace, this breath, this soft unfolding of your inner world. Gratitude is not loud or dramatic. It grows quietly, like morning light spreading across a still landscape. You're already feeling the first hints of it now. And so, with your inner lantern shining softly, lighting the way forward, we gently turn toward the next chapter, where this awareness blossoms into warm, heartfelt gratitude. When you're ready, we'll step into that growing light together. As the lantern of awareness glows softly within your refuge, you may notice the space around you beginning to warm, not with heat, but with a growing sense of appreciation. Awareness makes room for gratitude to rise naturally, the way early light spreads slowly across the horizon, gentle and golden. Let that warmth come forward now. Feel the glow in your chest brighten just a little, like the first touch of sunrise brushing over quiet hills. This is gratitude, not the loud, performative kind that the world sometimes expects, but the subtle, heartfelt warmth that appears when you pause long enough to notice the small, steady gifts in your life. Begin with the simplest thing, your breath. Feel it moving through you, reliable and patient, a constant companion, a quiet lifeline, a reason to be thankful. Let that feeling settle softly in your chest, like a warm blanket draped over your heart. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the small pockets of light that exist even on the heaviest days. It's about acknowledging that, somehow, you made it here, to this moment of rest, to this quiet sanctuary, to this gentle unfolding inside yourself. Let the warmth expand slightly. Think of something small that supported you today. A kind word, a brief moment of laughter, a comfortable meal, a cool breeze, a moment of silence. It doesn't matter how tiny it seems. Gratitude thrives in simplicity. Imagine the morning sun touching a single blade of grass, something so ordinary, yet illuminated, softened, made beautiful. That's what your gratitude is doing inside you now. Take a slow breath in and let the warmth expand. Let it fill your chest with soft golden light. Let it relax the space around your heart. Now, imagine this gratitude spreading to your shoulders, easing the weight they carry. Let it drift down your arms, soothing the hands that work so hard. Let it soften the belly, the hips, the legs, all the parts of your body that have carried you through countless moments without complaint. Let yourself appreciate your body, not for how it looks, but for how it survives, how it endures, how it adapts. Gratitude turns the body from something to judge into something to honor. If your mind wanders, bring it back gently with a simple phrase in your awareness. Thank you. A whisper meant not for the world, but for your own heart. Now, allow your gratitude to expand outward. Think of one person who has shown you kind nice, not necessarily in a big way, but in a way that mattered. Someone who offered a moment of comfort, understanding, or support. Picture them standing in soft morning light. Let your gratitude reach them like a warm ray touching their shoulder. You don't need to send words, just warmth, just light, just a quiet acknowledgement of their presence in your life. Gratitude naturally wants to grow. It's like sunlight slipping between leaves, reaching farther than you expect. Let it drift toward moments in your past that shaped you, even the difficult ones that taught you strength, patience, or resilience. You don't need to force positivity. Just notice any part of your story that brought something meaningful into your life. Let the golden light expand further, reaching into memories, relationships, opportunities, lessons, and even quiet moments you barely noticed when they happened. All of them are part of you now. Feel how your chest softens again. Gratitude has a way of calming the nervous system, of reminding you that even in uncertainty, beauty has touched your life again and again. Now, let this gratitude settle like warm sunlight resting on still water. No effort, no striving, just a quiet glow. Let your mind rest in that glow. Inhale, the warmth brightens. Exhale, it spreads gently throughout your whole being. Gratitude doesn't ask you to ignore the hard parts of life. It simply reminds you that there is more than the hard parts. That joy, comfort, connection, and peace also exist, woven throughout your story like threads of gold. As this gratitude grows softer and steadier, it begins to transform into something even lighter, a quiet, gentle joy. Not an energetic or loud joy, but the peaceful kind that comes from recognizing the small miracles in ordinary moments. This quiet joy is already beginning to rise inside you now, the way morning light slowly becomes day. And so, with gratitude warming your heart like soft sunlight, you're ready to step into the next chapter, where this warmth blossoms into a peaceful, restful joy. The gratitude glowing inside you softens into an even lighter feeling, something quiet and comforting, like a smile forming without effort. It rises slowly, without pressure or expectation, a natural warmth that doesn't need celebration or noise. This is the beginning of joy, the peaceful kind that lives in simple moments. Let's follow that feeling now. Let your breath settle into a soft, steady rhythm. Feel the remnants of gratitude warming the inside of your chest, gentle and effortless. From that warmth, a subtle brightness begins to emerge. Not excitement, not intensity, but a quiet joy, the kind that feels like a calm morning or a soft breeze touching your skin. Joy doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it appears like a small light glowing inside your heart, steady and unassuming. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to amplify it. You only need to notice it. This subtle ease, this softening, this inner brightness that comes simply from being present. Imagine joy as a tiny golden thread woven through the fabric of your life. Even on difficult days, that thread never fully disappears. You're touching it now, tracing it slowly with your breath. Inhale. Feel the thread shine a little. Exhale. Let that shine drift gently through your body. Think of a small moment from your past that brought you comfort. Something simple, easy to overlook. Maybe it was the warmth of sunlight on your face. Maybe the sound of rain tapping softly on a window. Maybe a moment of laughter with someone you love, or the quiet peace of being alone in your room. Let that memory unfold slowly. Don't focus on the details, just the feeling. That tiny pocket of joy that existed without fanfare or pressure. Notice how your chest softens when you remember it. Notice how your breath deepens. This kind of joy doesn't demand anything from you. It doesn't ask you to be cheerful or energetic. It simply invites you to notice the good that exists quietly in the background of your life. A kind of joy that says, this moment is enough. Let that idea linger for a moment. This moment is enough. Not because it is perfect, but because you've allowed yourself to be present for it. Now imagine sitting in a peaceful place, maybe a forest clearing, maybe a small room lit by candles, maybe the edge of a calm lake at dusk. See yourself there, breathing softly, wrapped in a blanket of stillness. Joy is not dancing or laughing here. It's resting, content, warm. Let your awareness drift through this peaceful place. Notice tiny details, the softness of the air, the gentle light, the calmness beneath your feet. Every detail carries a small joy, the kind we rarely recognize unless we slow down enough to feel it. Feel the warmth in your chest grow steadier. This is joy settling in, joy as rest, joy as serenity. You don't need anything special for this feeling to exist. It's already here, blooming from the quiet inside you. Allow this joy to move gently through the body. Let it reach your shoulders, loosening any remaining tension. Let it drift down your arms, soothing your hands. Let it move into your belly, relaxing the core. Let it rest in your legs, calming the muscles that carry you through your day. Joy spreads differently than excitement. It spreads like warm tea running through cold hands, like sunlight warming a patch of earth. Quietly, naturally, kindly. Now, turn your attention to your mind. Notice how the presence of joy shifts the mental landscape. Thoughts feel softer. Worries carry less weight. Even if certain concerns linger, they're cushioned now, surrounded by warmth rather than sharpness. This is the power of simple joy. It doesn't erase anything, but it makes everything easier to hold. Take a slow breath in. Feel that soft brightness expand. Take a slow breath out. Let the body melt deeper into rest. You may start to sense a profound acceptance rising from this joy, a feeling that things don't need to be perfect for you to find peace, that you don't need to solve everything before you can rest. That joy can exist right alongside uncertainty, sadness, healing, or growth. This acceptance is the next step in your journey. Joy creates the doorway, and acceptance walks you through it, gently, naturally, without force. As you rest in this quiet joy, feel the body soften even more. Feel the mind settle. Feel the heart open. You are safe. You are supported. And you are learning to meet life with a gentleness that grows from within. When you're ready, we'll move into the next chapter, where this peaceful joy becomes the foundation for accepting life exactly as it is. The gentle joy, resting within you, settles deeper, becoming softer, more grounded. As it spreads quietly through your body, you may feel something shift, a loosening, a subtle surrender, a willingness to let things be as they are. Joy opens the door, but acceptance invites you to walk through it without resistance. Let's step into that softness now. Take a slow breath in and let it go without effort. Notice how the breath doesn't cling to the body. It arrives, stays for a moment, and leaves. It doesn't argue. It doesn't resist. It simply follows its natural rhythm. This is acceptance, the gentle recognition that things rise and fall, come and go, unfold in their own time. Let your body soften into this truth. Feel the weight of yourself resting fully on the surface beneath you, supported without needing to adjust anything. Your body knows how to relax when you stop trying to control every sensation. Acceptance begins in the body, in the small surrender of letting your legs grow heavy, letting your shoulders fall, letting your jaw release. In Buddhist teachings, acceptance is not passive resignation. It's not giving up. It's the opposite. It's releasing the inner struggle that drains your energy, the constant fight against reality as it is. Acceptance says, this is where I am, and for this moment, it's enough. Close your eyes gently in your mind. Notice what is present, not what you want to be present, not what should be present, simply what is. Maybe there's calm. Maybe there's a little discomfort. Maybe a thought is tugging at the edges of your awareness. Whatever you notice, allow it to be there, like a guest sitting quietly in your home. You don't have to entertain it. You don't have to push it away. You just acknowledge it. Take another slow breath. Inhale, awareness. Exhale, allowance. Imagine you're sitting beside a calm lake. The surface reflects everything above it. Trees, sky, passing clouds, without resisting. The lake doesn't change the clouds. It doesn't argue with the sky. It simply mirrors what appears, then releases the image as the clouds drift on. Let your mind be like that lake. Let thoughts come and go. Emotions rise and fall. Sensations shift and fade. No judgment. No push. No pull. Just gentle reflection. Gentle release. Acceptance doesn't demand you feel good. It just asks you to stop fighting yourself. If a worry appears, acknowledge it softly. I see you. And let it drift like a leaf, touching the water's surface and floating away. If sadness arises, offer it space. You're allowed to be here. And feel how the tightness around it loosens. If joy lingers, let it stay as long as it wants. If it fades, let that be okay too. Everything changes. Everything shifts. Nothing stays fixed. This truth may sound simple, but living it brings a deep sense of peace. When you stop demanding permanence from things that are meant to flow, your heart becomes lighter. When you stop expecting yourself to always feel one way, the pressure dissolves. Acceptance is freedom. Let your breath guide you deeper into this freedom now. Inhale, soften, exhale, release. Imagine any tension or resistance inside you melting like ice touched by warm sunlight. Slowly, gently, naturally. You don't have to make yourself accept anything. You only have to stop pushing back. Let this spaciousness open within your chest. Let your heartbeat settle into a softer rhythm. Let your mind rest, no longer wrestling with what it can't control. Acceptance doesn't solve everything, but it creates space for clarity, space for calm, space for healing. It lets you breathe again after holding your breath for too long. Stay here for a few moments. Feel the peace that comes from simply letting things be. Feel how your body responds to this permission. Feel how your mind loosens its grip. And as this acceptance deepens, something begins to shimmer beneath it. A quiet understanding that everything is always changing. Not in a scary way, but in a natural, rhythmic way, like seasons shifting or waves rising and falling on a shore. This truth of change is gentle, not harsh. It brings freedom, not fear. And it's where our journey leads next. As acceptance settles into your body like a quiet sigh, you may start to feel a subtle openness beneath it, a gentle awareness that everything in your life, every emotion, every moment, is always shifting. Not in a chaotic way, but in a natural, rhythmic flow. This truth doesn't need to be feared. It can be held softly like something that frees rather than frightens. Let's step into that softness now. Take a slow breath in and let it fall away. Notice how the breath you just took will never repeat itself. How each inhale is a beginning and each exhale is an ending. Impermanence isn't distant or philosophical. It's happening inside your body, moment by moment, with every rise and fall of your chest. Let your body rest a little deeper as you reflect on this. Impermanence is often misunderstood as loss, but in the teachings of the Buddha, it's actually the opposite. It's the reason healing is possible. It's the reason pain doesn't last forever. It's the reason joy returns after long seasons of difficulty. Everything changes, and because everything changes, nothing is stuck. Imagine sitting in a peaceful garden. The petals of a flower drift gently to the ground. Leaves sway in the wind. Light shifts across the grass. None of it feels tragic or frightening. It's simply the natural rhythm of life unfolding one moment at a time. Let your breath follow this rhythm. Inhale, newness. Exhale, release. Think about any moment in your life that once felt overwhelming. At the time, it may have seemed like it would last forever, yet here you are, on the other side of it. Not untouched, but stronger. Not unchanged, but shaped in ways that deepened your understanding. Impermanence made that possible. Now, imagine the emotions within you as passing weather. Joy is sunlight. Sadness is rain. Worry is a passing breeze. Every emotion has its arrival, its peak, its passing. None of them stay forever. And you, the one who feels them, are the sky, wide enough to hold them, open enough to let them go. Let that image settle deeply. You are the sky, Your emotions are the weather. Impermanence is the gentle wind that moves each cloud onward. If you're holding something tight inside your heart, an expectation, a memory, a fear, imagine placing it in your open palm. Feel the weight of it, acknowledge it, then slowly uncurl your fingers. Watch it drift into the breeze, not disappearing instantly, but moving, shifting, changing shape, becoming lighter. This is the softness of impermanence. Nothing is frozen. Nothing is fixed. Everything breathes. Let yourself rest in that truth. Take a slow breath. Feel how freeing it is to know you don't have to stay where you are forever. Now, bring to mind a moment of stillness from today, even if it was tiny. Washing your hands, looking out a window, taking a quiet step. Notice how that moment came and went, and yet you can return to the feeling of it right now. Impermanence allows beauty to move through your life again and again. Imagine the soft glow of your inner lantern, the one from your sanctuary, shimmering slightly brighter with this understanding. It shines on each moment without trying to hold it still, knowing that the moment will pass and another will follow. Notice how your body feels as you sit with this truth. Tension loosens, the chest opens, the breath becomes easier. There's relief in knowing you don't have to cling to anything or push anything away. It's all moving, all flowing, all transforming in its own time. Rest in that flow for a few quiet breaths. Let impermanence feel gentle. Let it feel natural. Let it feel like the freedom it truly is. In this softness, something begins to awaken, a sense of trust. Not blind trust, not forced trust, but a quiet confidence that you can move with life's changes instead of resisting them. That you can meet the unknown with steady feet and an open heart. This trust is the next step in your journey. As the truth of impermanence settles softly within you, something steady begins to rise in its place. A quiet understanding that change doesn't exist to harm you, but to move you forward, to clear space, to reshape your path in ways you may not yet see. With this softness comes the beginning of trust, not forced, not demanded, just a natural easing into the flow of life. Let's follow that easing now. Take a slow breath and feel the ground beneath you. Steady, solid, unwavering. Even as life shifts around you, even as seasons change, even as your emotions rise and fall like tides, there is a deeper stability beneath it all. Trust begins here, in the recognition that you can remain grounded even while everything else moves. In the teachings of the Buddha, trust is not blind faith. It's a quiet confidence built from understanding. The understanding that life is always changing, and you are capable of moving with that change. Like a tree rooted firmly in the earth, you are able to bend with the wind without breaking. Imagine yourself as that tree now. Roots sinking deep into the ground, branches reaching gently toward the sky, leaves shifting with the breeze. The wind does not threaten the tree. It teaches it how to move. Let your breath follow this image. Inhale, you root. Exhale, you sway with the world's gentle motion. Think back to moments in your life where change felt overwhelming. Somehow, you adapted. Somehow, you learned. Somehow, you continued. Even if it was messy, even if it was slow, you found your way through. That resilience didn't appear out of nowhere. It came from within you, and it's still there now. Trust recognizes this inner strength. Trust says, I've survived every change so far. Trust whispers, I can survive the next one too. Now imagine sitting at the edge of a vast ocean. Waves roll in, one after another. Never the same pattern twice. Some are soft, some stronger, but each one rises, peaks, and dissolves back into the sea. Life is like these waves, constantly shifting, never static, always moving. Place your hand gently on your chest. Feel your breath rising and falling, just like the waves. Notice how natural this movement is, how effortless. Trust grows from honoring the truth that you were made to adapt. You were made to move with life, not against it. Let the breath deepen now. Inhale, feel openness. Exhale, feel release. If fear of change appears, don't push it away. Let it sit beside you like a small guest. Fear often comes from not knowing what's next, from wanting control in a world that keeps evolving. But trust doesn't eliminate uncertainty. It simply teaches you how to rest inside it. Imagine holding that fear gently in your hands, as if it were something fragile, something that simply needs to be understood. Whisper to it, you're safe. We don't have to know everything right now. Notice how the fear softens when it's acknowledged rather than resisted. Trust also grows when you stop forcing yourself to have all the answers. Life changes whether you're ready or not, and trusting the process means allowing yourself to take one step at a time. Just one step, not the whole journey. Feel the tension in your shoulders melt a little at that thought. The freedom to move slowly, to breathe deeply, to grow at your own pace. Now imagine the world changing around you in gentle, natural ways. The sun rising and setting. The moon shifting through its phases. Leaves turning color with the seasons. Clouds drifting across the sky. None of this feels chaotic. Change in nature is soothing, rhythmic, expected, and you are part of that same nature, born to shift, born to grow, born to move with the current rather than fight against it. Let this truth settle into your heart. Change is not the enemy, it is the path. Take a slow breath. Feel your body settle. Feel the sense of openness forming within your chest. As trust deepens, you may notice a new feeling emerging beneath it. A sense of inner strength, not loud or forceful, but steady and quiet. The strength that comes from stability, from groundedness, from knowing you can handle what comes next. This strength is the natural continuation of trust rising from the same deep well within you. As trust settles into you like a steady heartbeat, you may begin to feel something deeper forming beneath it, a quiet solidity, a strength that doesn't shout or strain. It rises softly, the way a mountain emerges from morning mist, revealing the firmness that has been supporting you all along. This is your strength, rooted not in force, but in stillness. Let's meet that strength now. Take a slow, grounding breath. Feel the air fill your chest and settle deep into your belly. Notice how steady your body feels, how supported, how rooted. There is a power in stillness that many people overlook, a power that comes not from doing, but from simply being. Tonight, you are discovering that strength within yourself. Imagine again the mountain from earlier chapters, but see it now with new eyes. Not just as a symbol of grounding, but as a testament to quiet resilience. A mountain doesn't prove its strength by moving. It proves its strength by standing, by staying rooted through storms, through heat, through seasons that come and go. Its power is in its presence. Feel that same power rising inside you. Inhale. Your roots deepen. Exhale. Your inner mountain stands taller. This strength isn't loud. It doesn't demand attention. It's the kind that grows quietly in the background of your life, showing up in the moments when you persist, when you breathe through discomfort, when you choose gentleness over reaction, when you rest even though the world tells you to keep pushing. This is the kind of strength that comes from your stillness, not from effort, but from endurance, from patience, from depth. Place a hand gently on your chest or imagine doing so. Feel your heartbeat beneath your palm. That steady rhythm has carried you through every challenge you've faced. Through stress, through fear, through uncertainty, through all the moments you thought you wouldn't make it, yet you did. That pulse is proof of your resilience. Let yourself recognize that. Let yourself own it. Let yourself breathe into it. Now imagine your inner stillness as a calm lake at dawn. The surface is smooth and quiet, reflecting everything around it with perfect clarity. This stillness isn't weakness, it's stability. A stable mind can see clearly. A stable heart can hold space for emotions without collapsing. A stable inner world can navigate the outer one with grace. Let the breath guide you deeper into that lake-like stillness. Each inhale smooths the surface. Each exhale quiets the ripples. Your inner world becomes a peaceful place, and within that peace, your strength shines. Think of a moment in your life where you surprised yourself. A time when you handled something harder than you thought you could. A time when you stayed calm, or kept going, or asked for help, or simply endured. That moment wasn't luck. It was strength. Your strength. Let that memory settle in your heart. Let it remind you what you're capable of. Now imagine that strength taking shape inside your body. Maybe as warm light, maybe as deep roots, maybe as a steady flame. See it however feels right to you. Notice how it expands with each breath, how it fills the spaces in you that once felt fragile. This strength doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require constant courage. It simply asks you to stay present, to breathe, to return to yourself when the world feels overwhelming. Let your shoulders relax a bit more. Let your jaw soften. Let your hands rest peacefully. Your strength is not in what you hold, but in what you release. Not in the battles you fight, but in the peace you cultivate. Not in the noise of the world, but in the silence within you. Stay in this stillness for a few breaths. Feel it supporting you from the inside out. Feel how balanced you are becoming, how centered, how grounded. The stronger your stillness grows, the more you begin to sense a new openness, a capacity to understand and connect with the struggles of others. This next awareness rises naturally from strength, not weakness. Only when your heart is steady can it fully empathize with the pain of another without being overwhelmed. And so, as the quiet mountain within you stands tall and steady, you're ready to step into the next chapter, where strength expands into compassion, reaching gently toward the suffering of others. As the strength within you settles into place, steady, warm, and unmoving, you may notice it creating more space in your heart, space that wasn't available before, space that allows you to look beyond your own experiences and gently sense the lives of others. When you feel stable inside, you can finally open outward without losing yourself. Let's follow that opening now. Take a slow breath and feel the solid ground of your inner strength beneath you. Notice how that stability allows you to relax, how it opens a quiet doorway inside your heart. Through that doorway, compassion begins to move, not forced, not pushed, but naturally arising from the calm you've built within yourself. Understanding the suffering of others doesn't mean absorbing their pain or carrying their burdens. It begins with simply seeing. Recognizing that every person you've ever met, every stranger you pass, every soul you encounter, carries their own unseen struggles. Just as you've weathered storms, so have they. Just as you've faced moments of fear or loneliness, so have countless others. Let your breath soften as you hold that truth. Inhale, awareness. Exhale, connection. Imagine you're standing on a gentle hill overlooking a small village. Smoke curls lightly from chimneys, lights glow in windows, and people move quietly through their evening routines. You can't hear their conversations or see their struggles, but you know they exist. Everyone is carrying something. Memories, worries, hopes, old wounds, fresh challenges. Let yourself feel this, not with heaviness, but with tenderness. A soft recognition that you are not alone in the world, and neither is anyone else. Bring to mind someone you've encountered recently. A friend, a stranger, a classmate, anyone. Imagine them standing a few steps away from you. Without needing to know the details, recognize that they experience suffering too. Maybe they hide it well. Maybe they carry it openly. But it's there, like it is for all beings. Let a gentle phrase arise in your heart. May your pain ease. May you find comfort. May you feel seen. You don't have to say these words aloud. The intention is enough. Compassion moves quietly, like a soft breeze touching another person without needing to be noticed. Now, imagine expanding this awareness to someone you've struggled with or felt tension toward. You're not condoning anything. You're simply acknowledging their humanity. They too carry burdens. They too have wounds that shape their behavior. They too have moments of fear, confusion, or sorrow. Let that person stand in the soft light of your awareness. You don't have to forgive them yet. That comes later. For now, just recognize they suffer too. Compassion begins with seeing clearly. Take another slow breath. Feel your chest soften. Feel your heart become more spacious. In Buddhist teachings, this understanding is not meant to weigh you down. It is meant to free you, to release the tightness around your own story, and to help you see the shared human journey that connects us all. When you understand suffering as a universal truth, you stop taking everything so personally. You stop isolating. You stop hardening your heart. You begin to soften instead. You begin to open. You begin to see others with gentle eyes. Imagine now that your breath expands outward with each exhale, reaching the people around you, carrying a subtle warmth, not fixing, not rescuing, simply offering presence. The presence of someone who understands, someone who sees the quiet pain that often goes unspoken. This awareness deepens the more you rest in it. Inhale, understanding. Exhale, compassion. Feel how your heart responds to this understanding. Not with exhaustion, but with a gentle strength, the same strength that grew from your stillness. This is compassion without overwhelm. Compassion that doesn't drain you because it's rooted in stability, not fear. Let yourself rest in this feeling for a moment. Let it settle in your chest like a quiet flame. And as you sit with this awareness of shared suffering, you may begin to sense the next natural step, a softening toward the past, toward old wounds, toward people who have hurt you. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Understanding suffering opens the door. Forgiveness walks you through it. And so, with your heart expanding gently, you're ready to move into the next chapter, where compassion evolves into the tender, freeing act of letting go through forgiveness. As your understanding of others deepens, a soft ache may rise, not painful, just human, an ache that comes from seeing how much suffering exists in yourself and in those around you. And with that awareness comes an invitation, a quiet, subtle tug toward releasing the weight you've carried from old hurts. This is where compassion turns inward and outward at the same time. This is where forgiveness begins. Take a slow, steady breath. Let it move gently through the heart, as if you're clearing a path within your chest. Forgiveness doesn't demand quick answers or perfect healing. It begins with a softening, a willingness to loosen your grip on old pain, even if just a little, even if only for tonight. Imagine your heart as a small room filled with warm light. This room has held many memories, many emotions, many storms. Some of those storms have passed, leaving behind quiet shadows, echoes of hurt, disappointment, misunderstanding, or loss. You don't need to erase these shadows. You only need to acknowledge them with tenderness. Let your breath become a soft lantern, illuminating each shadow one by one. Inhale, gentle light enters. Exhale, tension loosens. Start with yourself. Bring to mind a moment when you judged yourself harshly, expected too much, blamed yourself for something done in fear, confusion, or exhaustion. Instead of reliving the moment, imagine placing your younger self, even if younger means yesterday, in the warm light of your awareness. See that version of you standing there, carrying emotions they didn't know how to handle, doing the best they could with what they knew. Let compassion rise toward them. Whisper softly in your mind, I forgive you. You were trying. You deserve kindness. Feel the relief that comes from speaking gently to yourself. The tiny untying of a knot that has been tight for too long. Now, when you feel ready, let your awareness shift towards someone who has hurt you. Choose someone whose memory doesn't overwhelm you. Someone whose actions caused pain, but not someone tied to trauma you're not ready to revisit. Forgiveness needs gentleness, not force. See this person standing a few steps away in the soft light of your inner room. Notice their posture, their expression, the weight they carry. Without justifying their actions or denying your own pain, simply acknowledge they too were shaped by their own suffering, fears, and limitations. Forgiveness doesn't mean saying what happened was okay. It means choosing not to carry the burden anymore. Imagine holding the memory of the hurt in your hands. Feel its weight. Heavy, cold, tiring. You've held it for a long time, longer than you needed to. Not because you wanted to, but because you didn't know how to set it down. Take a slow breath, and on your exhale, imagine placing that burden on the floor beside you. You don't have to throw it away. You don't have to forget it. You're simply choosing to stop holding it. Let your shoulders relax as you release that weight. Let your jaw soften. Let your heart breathe. Now picture a gentle phrase forming in your awareness, not for them, but for you. I release this for my own peace, or simply, I let go because I deserve rest. Feel how the act of release lightens the inner room. Feel the air become clearer. Feel the heart become softer. Forgiveness can be quiet. It can be slow. It can be incomplete. What matters isn't perfection. It's willingness. It's the soft shift from holding on to gently letting go. Tonight, that shift is enough. Stay with your breath for a few moments. Inhale, spaciousness. Exhale, release. Notice how your heart feels now. Lighter, calmer, more open. Forgiveness doesn't erase what happened, but it frees the part of you that has been clenched, guarded, or hurting. It creates space for something deeper, something peaceful, to grow. As this softening settles into your chest, it begins to form a foundation for a deeper, quieter peace. A peace that arises when you stop carrying what no longer serves you. This peace is gentle, steady, and profoundly healing. And it's where your journey leads next. As the soft release of forgiveness settles into your heart, you may notice a profound quiet spreading through you. Not empty, not hollow, but deeply soothing. It's the kind of quiet that appears when old burdens loosen, when the inner room clears, when your chest finally has space to breathe freely again. This quiet is the doorway to peace, a peace that rises from within, steady and nourishing. Let's step into it now. Take a slow, full breath and feel the air slip gently into your lungs. Notice how your body responds. The shoulders settle, the belly softens, the muscles loosen their grip. Peace often begins with these small, almost invisible shifts, the ones that ripple quietly through your body when you stop fighting, stop holding, stop carrying more than you need. Let your breath move naturally. Inhale. A little more room opens inside you. Exhale. A little more heaviness falls away. Imagine now that you are sinking into a warm, tranquil pool. The water is calm, still, perfectly smooth. As you lower yourself into it, the surface embraces you with gentle warmth. You float effortlessly, supported by something steady and soothing. Nothing is pulling you down. Nothing is pushing you. You're held. This is your inner peace. The quiet state that emerges when the heart is soft, the mind is spacious, and the body feels safe enough to rest. Let yourself drift in this warm, peaceful water. Feel your limbs becoming lighter. Feel your breathing deepening without effort. Feel the last remains of tension dissolving into the stillness around you. In Buddhist teachings, deep peace is not something you chase. It's something that arises naturally when resistance falls away. The mind doesn't need to be empty. The body doesn't need to be perfectly relaxed. You don't need to be free of every worry. Peace grows not from perfection, but from presence. Right now, you are present. Right now, you are resting. Right now, you are enough. Let this truth wash over you like warm water spreading across your skin. Picture yourself floating beneath a vast night sky. The stars shimmer softly above you, each one a tiny point of light, distant yet calming. The sky doesn't demand anything of you. It doesn't expect you to be busy, or productive, or flawless. It simply holds space for you to exist. Let yourself be held by that sky. Let yourself breathe under its quiet glow. Let yourself feel that you belong here in this moment of rest. Take another slow breath. Feel it settle deep into your body. Feel the peace expanding like a soft glow from your center. Sometimes peace feels like silence, a silence that soothes rather than isolates. Sometimes it feels like warmth in the chest, or a looseness in the jaw, or a softness behind the eyes. Let yourself notice whatever form it takes for you. There is no right or wrong way to feel peace. Stay with this stillness for a moment longer. Let each inhale draw you deeper inward. Let each exhale soften you even more. If any thoughts appear, slow, drifting thoughts, let them pass like ripples across the water. Don't try to push them away. Peace doesn't require emptiness. It simply allows everything to move without disturbance, like clouds sliding across a calm sky. Feel this truth settle into your heart. You don't have to control everything. You don't have to hold everything. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be still. You are allowed to feel peace. Let the water beneath you become even more supportive, lifting you gently. Let your breath deepen, grounding you into this tranquility. Feel how your body trusts the stillness now, how your mind loosens its grip, how your heart quiets itself without effort. Peace is not a destination. It's a state of being that unfolds when you give yourself permission to stop striving. When you give yourself permission to just be. Rest in that truth for several slow breaths. Inhale, calm rises. Exhale, everything settles. As this deep peace fills you, you may start to feel something subtle but certain emerging beneath it. An inner presence, quiet and steady. A sense of being truly here, in your body, in your breath, in this moment. This mindful presence is gentle but powerful. It guides you through life with clarity and compassion, and it is the natural next step in your journey. As the deep peace settles warm and steady within you, something begins to rise softly from its center, a feeling of being here, truly here. Not drifting into the past, not reaching into the future, but resting gently in this exact moment. This presence doesn't demand your attention. It stands beside you like a quiet friend, steady and comforting. Let's meet that companion now. Take a slow breath and let it guide you back to this moment. The weight of your body, the air brushing in and out, the stillness unfolding around you. Presence is not a skill you force. It's something you remember, like returning to a place you once knew well. It whispers, "Stay here with me." Feel the warmth in your chest spreading softly, becoming a gentle awareness of your whole being. Presence isn't sharp or intense. It's soft. It rests beside you like someone who cares, someone who doesn't rush you or judge you. It stays even when the mind tries to wander. It stays even when your thoughts drift. It stays simply because it's your natural state, the one beneath all noise and distraction. Imagine presence as a quiet companion sitting beside you. They don't speak. They don't need to. Their closeness alone brings comfort, as if their calm energy reminds your body how to relax, how to breathe, how to be. This companion doesn't correct you when your mind wanders. Instead, they gently point you back to yourself. Let your breath lead you deeper into this companionship. Inhale, presence comes closer. Exhale, you settle into it more fully. Notice how your senses shift. The air feels softer. The space around you feels more vivid. Even the silence feels alive, like it's listening with you. You're not drifting. You're not lost. You're here, anchored in a moment that welcomes you. Presence doesn't require you to push thoughts away. It simply invites you to see them the way you'd see passing clouds. You acknowledge them. You let them drift. You return to the breath, to the body, to the gentle companion sitting beside you. Together, you sit in calm awareness. Let this presence move through your body. Feel it in your hands, steady and warm. Feel it in your shoulders, softening tightness. Feel it in your belly, easing any knots. Feel it in your legs, grounding you, supporting you. Every part of you can rest in this quiet awareness. Every part of you can breathe easier here. Now imagine you're walking slowly through a peaceful space, perhaps a forest path or a quiet room lit by soft lamps. Presence walks beside you, step for step. You don't need to plan the path or worry about where you're going. You simply walk together, guided by the natural rhythm of your breath. Each footstep brings a gentle clarity. This is where I am. This is what I feel. This is enough. Presence teaches you that you don't have to run toward anything or away from anything. You can meet your life moment by moment, breath by breath. You can let the future unfold. Later, let the past rest quietly and simply exist in the space that holds you now. Take another slow breath. Feel how deeply present you've become. Feel how comforting this companionship is. Steady, grounding, real. And as you rest in this state, something begins to shimmer at the edges of your awareness. A sense of inner clarity, like the morning light beginning to form behind night's last shadows. Presence clears the fog. It makes space for understanding, for insight, for seeing things gently but clearly. This clarity doesn't rush in. It emerges like dawn, slowly, softly, with warmth instead of intensity. Rest in your presence for a few more breaths. Notice how calm your inner world feels. Notice how the mind begins to open. Notice how effortlessly clarity starts to rise. Presence is your companion. Clarity is your lantern. And the next chapter will help that lantern glow even brighter. As presence settles beside you like a quiet friend, the fog within begins to thin. The stillness you've cultivated becomes a doorway, and through it, a gentle light begins to shine. It doesn't overwhelm, it simply reveals. The more you rest in presence, the clearer everything becomes, as if your inner world is slowly coming into focus. Let's follow that light now. Take a slow breath and imagine your mind as a calm lake at dawn. The surface is smooth, undisturbed, reflecting the sky above it with quiet precision. When water is still, it reveals everything clearly. The same is true for your mind. When softened by presence, it becomes a mirror that shows your life without distortion, without fear, without rush. Let your awareness rest gently on this inner lake. Inhale. The surface becomes smoother. Exhale. The reflections grow clearer. This clarity doesn't arrive with force. It doesn't push aside your thoughts or flood you with realizations. Instead, it appears gently, like morning light drifting across the surface of the water. It helps you see your life as it truly, not perfect, not disastrous, not defined by extremes, but full of subtle truths, quiet patterns, and unfolding meaning. Start by noticing how far you've come, not with judgment, not with comparison, just with quiet honesty. Think of the challenges that once overwhelmed you, how intense they felt in the moment, how impossible they seemed, and yet you moved through them, slowly, imperfectly, bravely. Even the times you stumbled were steps on the path. Clarity allows you to see these moments without harshness, without regret. Just truth. Let that truth settle softly. Now bring your awareness to the present moment, to the person you are right now. Notice the growth in your heart, the softness in your breath, the groundedness in your body. You are changing, healing, unfolding. Maybe you don't always see it in daily life, but in moments of calm like this, the truth becomes clear. You are growing in ways that matter. Take another slow breath. Let your mind rest in that gentle recognition. Clarity also shows you what you've been holding on to unnecessarily. Old stories about who you should be, expectations that no longer fit, fears inherited from past hurts. As the inner lake becomes still, you can see these stories floating on the surface. They're not you. They're just thoughts, just habits, just echoes. You don't have to push them away. Just see them clearly. Awareness alone begins the process of release. Now turn your gaze, softly, gently, toward the direction of your life. Not the entire journey, not the distant future, just the next few steps. Clarity doesn't show you everything at once. It shows you what matters now. It highlights what needs attention, what needs care, what needs letting go. Maybe you notice something you've avoided. Maybe you see an opportunity waiting quietly. Maybe you realize you've outgrown something or someone. Maybe you feel a pull towards something meaningful. Whatever arises, let it appear naturally. There is no urgency. Clarity speaks softly. Imagine this clarity as a lantern in your hands. It doesn't illuminate the whole forest. It lights just the path in front of you, and that's enough. You don't need to see the entire journey to take the next step wisely. Let your breath flow gently. Inhale, the lantern glows. Exhale, the path becomes visible. Seeing your life with clear eyes doesn't mean having all the answers. It means understanding what truly matters to you. It means recognizing what brings peace, what drains you, what strengthens you, what softens you. It means learning to listen, not to noise, not to fear, but to the quiet truth inside your heart. Stay here for a few soft breaths. Let clarity bloom slowly. Let your inner lake reflect your life with honesty and compassion. And as this clarity deepens, you may notice something forming beneath it. A sense of guidance, an intuitive knowledge that begins to shape itself into wisdom. With clear eyes, you begin to see which choices lead to peace and which lead to suffering. You begin to trust your own inner compass. This natural transition leads us directly into the next chapter. For when clarity arrives, wisdom follows. As clarity settles over your inner landscape, like dawn light over calm water, something deeper begins to shimmer beneath the surface. A quiet knowing, a gentle intuition that doesn't speak loudly but feels undeniably true. It rises not from pressure or fear, but from everything you've uncovered so far. This is the beginning of your inner wisdom. Let's meet it now. Take a slow, grounding breath. Feel the air enter your lungs. Expand your chest and soften your entire body. In this calm, spacious state, your inner wisdom begins to emerge. Not as a loud voice, not as a command, but as a soft, steady presence. Wisdom rarely shouts. It whispers. It nudges. It reveals itself gently when the mind grows, still enough to listen. Imagine now that your inner wisdom is a small flame glowing inside your chest. Not intense or blazing, just steady, warm, dependable. A flame that doesn't flicker in fear or confusion. A flame that has always been there, even during times when you couldn't see it. It's been guiding you quietly throughout your life, through intuition, through instinct, through those subtle moments when you simply knew what felt right. Let your breath draw you closer to that flame. Inhale, you approach it. Exhale, you settle beside it. This inner wisdom is not about having all the answers. It's not about predicting the future or controlling outcomes. It's something simpler and more profound. The deep understanding of what brings you peace and what pulls you away from it. Think back to moments when you made choices that aligned with who you truly are. Maybe they were small choices, saying no when you needed rest, stepping forward when something felt right, letting go of something that was quietly draining your spirit. Those choices came from this inner wisdom, even if you didn't realize it at the time. Let those memories rise softly. Feel their truth. Feel their guidance. Inner wisdom grows when you listen to your breath, your body, your intuition, the quiet signals that often get buried under noise, stress, or self-doubt. Tonight, in this stillness, those signals become clear. You can hear what your heart has been trying to tell you. Now, imagine yourself sitting in a peaceful forest clearing. The air is calm, the ground soft beneath you, and the trees stand around you like gentle guardians. In the center of this clearing sits your inner wisdom, not as a person, but as a warm presence. A presence that waits patiently, offering guidance without urgency. Sit beside this presence. Feel how safe it is. Feel how familiar it is. Ask it nothing. Demand nothing. Just sit in its company. You may notice a feeling rising, a deep sense of recognition. Oh, I knew this all along. That is wisdom. It doesn't always offer new information. Sometimes it simply reminds you of truths you've forgotten. Let your breath carry you deeper into this recognition. Inhale, softness. Exhale, understanding. Wisdom shows up in many forms. A feeling of peace around one choice and heaviness around another. A subtle yes in the chest, or a quiet tension that says, not yet. A calm instinct that guides you gently away from something harmful. A warm pull towards something aligned with your true self. Let yourself trust the sensations in your body. Let yourself trust the quiet voice inside. Let yourself trust the flame that has guided you through every season of your life, even when you weren't aware of it. Inner wisdom doesn't rush. It doesn't panic. It doesn't force. It sits with you. It breathes with you. It waits with you. Feel how steady it is. Feel how steady you are because of it. Stay in this space for a few breaths. Let the flame glow brighter. Let the clearing around you become even more peaceful. And as you sit with this wisdom, you may begin to sense something even more important rising from its center. A growing trust in yourself. Not just trust in life, but trust in your ability to navigate it. Trust in your intuition. Trust in your choices. Trust in the quiet compass that lives within your chest. This is the natural next step in your journey. Just as wisdom emerges from clarity, trust emerges from wisdom. A deep, grounding confidence that you can follow your own inner knowing with ease and steadiness. As the quiet flame of wisdom glows steadily within you, its warmth begins to spread, not outward, but forward, lighting the steps ahead. With each breath, you may feel a growing confidence rising gently from that inner knowing. The path of your life no longer feels like something you must control tightly, but something you can walk with trust. guided by your own steady heart. Let's follow that trust now. Take a slow breath and feel the ground beneath you. Firm, steady, unchanging. This grounding reminds you that even when life feels uncertain, you are supported. You have always been supported. Every step you've taken, even the unsteady ones, have brought you here to this moment of calm clarity. Trust begins with recognizing your own resilience. Let your awareness settle gently into your chest. Feel the quiet flame of inner wisdom glowing there, steady and warm. This flame doesn't tell you exactly where to go. It simply lights the next few steps, enough for you to walk without fear. That's what trust is. Not seeing the entire road, but feeling guided enough to move anyway. Inhale, feel your path opening. Exhale, feel yourself stepping forward with ease. Think back to moments when you made choices that felt right, even when you couldn't explain why. Maybe you changed direction when something felt off. Maybe you followed a small instinct that led to unexpected growth. Maybe you stepped into something unknown because a quiet part of you said, "This matters." Those small moments were not accidents. They were evidence of trust already forming inside you. You've been listening to your inner path more than you realize. Now imagine you're standing on a soft, winding trail at dusk. The air is cool, the sky painted in calm colors of lavender and gold. The trail ahead curves gently out of sight. You can't see the whole path, but you can see the next few steps. And those steps are clear, safe, inviting. Your inner flame lights them just enough for you to walk comfortably. Let your breath guide you down this trail, step by step, slowly, calmly, confidently. Trust doesn't ask you to leap blindly. It asks you to move with presence, to walk gently with your own knowing. Feel how your chest softens as you let go of the pressure to have everything figured out. You don't need to plan every turn. You don't need to predict the future. You don't need to carry the fear of what might happen. Your path is unfolding moment by moment, and you are meeting it with a clearer heart than ever before. Place a hand on your heart, or imagine doing so, and feel the warmth there. This is your compass. This is your guide. This is the part of you that knows when something aligns with your peace and when it doesn't. Trust this feeling. Trust the signals your body gives you. Trust the quiet voice that rises when you sit in stillness. The world may try to pull you in many directions, but your path doesn't depend on noise. It depends on your connection to yourself. When you walk in alignment with your inner truth, you notice something beautiful. Your steps feel lighter. Your mind feels clearer. Your heart feels calmer. Allow that calm to fill your entire body now. Inhale, receiving guidance. Exhale, releasing doubt. Even when the path twists, even when life shifts unexpectedly, trust reminds you that you are capable of meeting those moments. You don't need to know the outcome to take the next step. You simply walk with the strength, wisdom, and presence you've cultivated through this journey. Feel the quiet confidence forming within you. A confidence that doesn't brag, or boast. A confidence that whispers, I can handle whatever comes. Imagine the path stretching forward again. You notice something new, subtle but powerful. You're no longer walking alone. You have your breath, your wisdom, your stillness, your compassion, your peace. All of these qualities walk beside you, supporting you, guiding you. Step by step, your trust deepens. Step by step, your heart opens. Step by step, your path becomes clearer. And as this trust settles firmly within you, a new question begins to arise in the quiet spaces of your mind. Not from fear, but from curiosity. What am I walking toward? This isn't a question of anxiety. It's a gentle wondering, a soft spark of meaning stirring inside you. The more you trust your path, the more you begin to sense the presence of purpose. Not something grand or overwhelming, but something deeply personal and quietly meaningful. That sense of purpose is waiting just ahead. As you continue walking your path with growing trust, the quiet question that's been rising in your heart begins to take shape. Not as pressure, not as expectation, but as a gentle curiosity. A wondering about what calls to you, what feels meaningful, what brings peace rather than stress. Purpose isn't something you chase. It's something that unfolds when you walk with presence. Let's let that unfolding begin. Take a slow breath in and let it fall away with ease. Feel the spaciousness inside your chest, the calmness in your breath, the steadiness of your heart. From this grounded place, purpose can finally be seen for what it truly is. Not a demand, not a race, not a heavy obligation, but a quiet direction that grows naturally from who you are. Purpose doesn't shout. It rarely arrives with dramatic clarity. Instead, it whispers through the small things that bring you peace, the things that make you feel alive in a quiet, steady way. It's the activities that make you lose track of time, the moments that brighten your spirit, the choices that feel aligned rather than forced. Let your breath soften as you reflect on this. Inhale, possibility. Exhale, pressure releasing. Imagine yourself standing in a wide, open field at dawn. The air is cool, the horizon glowing with soft light. In your hands, you hold nothing. No deadlines, no expectations, no burdens to prove your worth. Just openness, just space, just the freedom to explore what matters to you. Purpose flourishes in spaciousness, not stress. Now, bring to mind moments in your life when you felt deeply yourself. Times when something you did resonated with your heart, even if the moment was small. Maybe it was helping someone. Maybe it was creating something. Maybe it was listening, learning, caring, or simply being present. These moments are clues, gentle markers, pointing toward what brings meaning into your life. You don't need to define your entire purpose right now. You don't need a grand mission. Purpose doesn't demand certainty. It grows through openness. Let your awareness drift inward. Notice the things your heart naturally leans toward, the activities, the values, the connections that make you feel anchored. Purpose is not about what the world expects of you. It is about what feels true within you. Take another calming breath. Let the exhale release any pressure around figuring things out. In Buddhist teachings, purpose is often described as right intention, not a fixed goal, but a way of living that aligns with kindness, compassion, awareness, and peace. It's less about what you accomplish and more about how you show up in the world. Purpose is woven from your daily choices, your quiet growth, your willingness to walk your path with honesty. Imagine now that your purpose is a small seed resting in your palm. It doesn't grow instantly. It doesn't bloom the moment you plant it. It unfolds slowly, in its own time, nurtured by your attention, your compassion, and your willingness to listen. Tonight, you're not forcing the seed to sprout. You're simply holding it with care. Feel the relaxation in your body as you let go of the need to rush. Feel how freeing it is to let purpose develop gently. As you breathe, imagine planting that seed in the soft earth of your inner landscape. Cover it lightly with warm soil. Trust that it will grow, not because you push it, but because you nurture it. Let patience surround it. Let curiosity water it. Let your quiet wisdom guide it. Purpose grows the same way you grow, naturally, slowly, and in cycles. You don't need to know what the seed will become. You only need to give it space. Now picture the field around you. Notice how calm it feels, how spacious, how open. This is the environment where purpose thrives, a place without pressure, without self-judgment, without comparison. A place where meaning reveals itself gently, moment by moment. Rest in this field for a few breaths. Inhale, spaciousness expanding. Exhale, tension dissolving. As this calm settles deeper, you may notice something powerful rising. The understanding that you don't need all the answers right now. That it's okay not to know. That uncertainty isn't a problem to solve, but a natural part of being human. This understanding leads naturally into the next chapter, where you learn to make peace with uncertainty rather than fear it, where the unknown becomes a companion rather than a threat, where not knowing becomes an open door instead of a closed one. As the seed of purpose settles gently into the soft soil of your inner world, you may notice a wide space opening around it, a space filled not with answers, but with possibility. The unknown stretches out before you, not as something to fear, but as an open sky waiting to be explored. This openness invites you to breathe a little deeper, to loosen your grip, to trust what you cannot yet see. Let's step into that spaciousness now. Take a slow, grounding breath. Let it move through you like a soft wave, easing tension from the chest, the shoulders, the jaw. Notice how much space you create inside yourself with a single breath. That space is the same space the unknown lives in. Open, wide, full of potential. The unknown is often painted as something intimidating, but in truth, it's simply a place where possibilities haven't yet taken shape. It's the blank canvas of your life, the quiet field before anything blooms. Tonight, you're not trying to fill it in. You're just learning to sit comfortably in its openness. Let your next inhale expand your chest, and let your exhale soften your body deeper into rest. Imagine you're standing under a vast night sky. The stars stretch endlessly in every direction. You can't see all of them clearly. The darkness is wide, mysterious, and silent. Yet there's nothing threatening about it. It simply is. It invites exploration. It invites wonder. It invites curiosity. This sky represents the unknown in your life. Quiet, spacious, full of possibility. You don't need to map out the stars. You don't need to predict where the next constellation will appear. You only need to breathe beneath it and trust that it has room for you. Let that idea settle into your body. Now think about the times when uncertainty felt overwhelming, when you didn't know what the future held or what step to take next. Notice how those moments felt heavy because of the fear attached to them, not because the unknown was actually harmful. Often, the unknown isn't the problem. It's the stories we create about it that make it feel frightening. Take another slow breath. Let those old stories drift out with the exhale. Allow yourself to imagine the unknown as a soft horizon instead. A place that doesn't demand answers, only curiosity. A place where you can explore at your own pace, where possibilities grow, not from pressure, but from presence. Feel your breath settle into that image. Feel how calming it is to remember that you don't need to know everything. In Buddhist teachings, comfort with the unknown is not about forcing yourself to be brave. It's about relaxing into the truth that life is always unfolding. Just as the seasons shift, just as the tides rise and fall, your path will reveal itself in the right time. You don't have to chase the future. You don't have to solve every uncertainty tonight. You just have to be here, breathing, listening, trusting. Let your awareness drift to the space around your heart. See if you can feel the subtle sense of openness growing there. Not certainty, openness. The heart expands when it isn't squeezed by expectations or fear. Let that expansion continue with each breath. Imagine yourself walking slowly along a quiet path at dawn. The air is cool, the light soft. You can't see far ahead, only the next few steps. And yet, you walk with ease because the path beneath your feet is steady. The unknown ahead isn't a threat. It's simply part of the journey. With every breath, inhale, openness. Exhale, surrender. You don't need to know what's coming to find peace. You just need to stay soft enough to meet each moment as it arrives. Notice how comforting that truth feels when you settle into it. The unknown becomes less like a dark void and more like a gentle space waiting to be discovered. A place where freedom lives. A place where possibility breathes. Rest in that spaciousness for a moment. Let the unknown feel like a quiet companion rather than a looming shadow. In this openness, a new feeling begins to stir, a sense of freedom. Not the chaotic, reckless kind, but a spacious freedom born from releasing control, from trusting the unfolding, from realizing that you don't have to grip the future tightly for it to hold you. This freedom is the next natural step in your journey. As the unknown opens before you, like a wide, quiet sky, something inside you begins to lift, not outward, but upward from the center of your chest. The more you release the need to control or predict, the lighter your heart feels. A soft spaciousness replaces old tension, and you begin to sense what it's like to carry less, to breathe easier, to live unburdened. Let's explore that lightness now. Take a slow breath and imagine it brushing gently against your heart, like a warm breeze passing through an open window. Notice how your chest softens just from that awareness. The heart doesn't need much to begin healing. Sometimes it only needs space. Tonight, you've made that space, and now your heart is beginning to feel the freedom created by everything you've released along the way. Feel the calm settling inside your rib cage, the softness spreading outward with each breath. This is the sensation of an unburdened heart. Not empty, but lighter. Not hollow, but spacious. You've loosened the grip of old hurts, softened your fears, forgiven parts of yourself, and surrendered the need to control the future. All of that clearing makes room for freedom to rise. Inhale, spaciousness grows. Exhale, the heart opens a little more. Imagine your heart as a small bird perched on a branch at sunrise. The sky is tinged with soft light. The air is quiet and gentle. For the first time in a long while, the bird feels no weight pulling its wings down. It lifts its head. It breathes. It remembers it was made to soar, not to clutch tightly at the branch in fear. That bird lives inside you. It's beginning to stretch its wings now. Feel into that sensation, the subtle lifting beneath your sternum, the warmth rising gently from your chest. This warmth isn't dramatic or intense. It's steady, soft, and deeply peaceful. The heart becomes freer when it stops clinging to things that hurt. And tonight, yours has softened enough to feel that freedom. Let your breath guide you deeper. Inhale, light enters. Exhale, heaviness leaves. Think about what burdens your heart used to carry. Worries about the future, pressure to perform, fear of being misunderstood, old resentments, self-judgment, expectations you never chose. All these things weigh the heart down, making life feel heavier than it needs to be. But tonight, in this quiet inner sanctuary you've been building, many of those burdens have softened their hold. Some have slipped away. Some have simply stopped pulling so tightly. You don't have to carry everything. You never did. Let that truth settle gently in your chest. Now imagine your heart as a lantern glowing from within, warm, steady, radiating light that was once trapped beneath layers of tension and fear. As the burdens fall away, this light expands, illuminating your inner world with kindness and clarity. An unburdened heart doesn't need to hide. It doesn't need to guard every corner. It simply shines. Let that light expand with your breath. Feel it drift into your shoulders, your belly, your legs, your hands. A soft, warm glow that eases your whole body into deeper peace. This freedom isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It's gentle, like a quiet, finally exhaled after years of holding your breath. Rest in this freedom for a moment. Let it fill you. Let it soothe you. Let it restore you. As your heart grows lighter, something beautiful begins to unfold, a natural expansion that moves outward just as easily as it rises within. When your heart is unburdened, compassion flows more freely. You have more space to understand others, more warmth to offer, more gentle presence to share. Not because you should, but because the heart, when freed, naturally extends itself. Feel the early warmth of compassion forming, like a soft glow at the edges of your awareness. This is compassion not born from obligation, but from liberation, the kind that emerges when your heart finally has room to breathe and reach outward toward others with ease. This is where your journey is heading next. As your heart continues to lighten, that gentle compassion will begin to expand beyond yourself, touching every being with the same softness you've offered your own healing. As your heart grows lighter, its warmth begins to spread naturally, the way a gentle sunrise slowly brightens the entire horizon. The freedom inside you doesn't stay contained. It flows outward, reaching beyond your own body, beyond your own story, touching the world around you with quiet kindness. This is the natural expansion of compassion. Let's let that warmth extend now. Take a slow, soft breath. Feel the warmth in your chest, the gentle glow of your unburdened heart. Imagine this warmth as a small orb of light resting at the center of your being, bright, comforting, steady. With each inhale, it grows a little stronger. With each exhale, it spreads a little farther. This is metta, loving kindness, rising naturally from within. You don't have to force it. You don't have to push it outward. You simply allow it to expand the way warmth radiates from a quiet flame. Begin by letting this light fill your entire chest. Then let it expand into your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Feel it drift into your belly, your legs, your feet. Your whole body becomes warm, soft, deeply at ease. Now imagine this glow extending just beyond you, a gentle aura surrounding your body like a soft, golden mist. Anyone who would step into this field would feel calmer, safer, softened by your presence. This is compassion, expanding with no strain, no expectation. Let your breath guide it outward. Start with someone you love. Picture them standing a few steps away, bathed in the same warm light that fills you. You don't need to imagine every detail. Just hold their presence gently in your mind. Let your heart whisper to them, "May you feel safe. May you feel peaceful. May you be free from suffering." Feel how natural it is to send them this warmth. Feel how effortless compassion becomes when the heart is light. Now widen the circle. Include someone you know, but do not feel deeply connected to. Someone neutral in your life. Let the same warm light touch them. You don't need to understand them. You don't need to know their stories. All beings deserve peace. Gently offer, "May you find ease. May your heart be light." Notice how your chest expands slightly as you send these wishes. Compassion grows the more room you give it. And now, softly, carefully, widen the circle again. Include someone who has been difficult for you, someone who triggers frustration or discomfort. Not someone who harmed you in deep, traumatic ways, simply someone whose presence is challenging. You do not have to forget anything. You do not have to excuse anything. Just acknowledge their humanity, their suffering, their imperfections. The same things that make you human too. Let the warm light reach them gently, even if only a little. Offer a simple intention. May you find peace. Not for them, but for your own heart, the heart that is learning not to hold poison. Now let the circle expand farther, beyond individuals, beyond faces you know. See the warm, golden light growing outward in all directions, like ripples spreading across a vast lake. Imagine it reaching. People walking through busy streets, children laughing in faraway places, elders resting in quiet rooms, workers finishing long days, strangers you'll never meet. Let the light touch them with grace. Now expand your awareness even more. Imagine your compassion flowing across forests, mountains, rivers, and oceans, touching animals, birds, insects, every living creature that breathes or moves or simply exists. Offer this universal wish. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings know peace. May all beings rest in safety. Feel your heart opening wider than your own body, wider than your own world. This is the true nature of compassion. Limitless, boundless, unending. Let the warmth continue expanding until it fills the entire earth. Hold the planet gently in your imagination, wrapped in soft golden light. Breathe with it. Rest with it. Let your heart stretch across continents, across oceans, across every corner of life. Stay here for a few breaths, feeling the vastness of what your heart can hold. Inhale. Compassion expands. Exhale. Peace radiates outward. And as the warmth spreads into the farthest reaches of the world, something begins to shift again. A gentle return inward. Even the widest compassion eventually sinks back into the heart, quiet and steady, becoming something deeper than emotion. It becomes silence, a profound, sacred silence that lives beneath all things, beneath breath, beneath thoughts, beneath even compassion itself. A silence that's not empty, but full, alive, healing. This deepening silence is where we're heading next. As your compassion expands across the world like warm light, it eventually begins to drift back toward you, settling once again in the quiet space of your heart. And when it returns, it leaves behind a deep stillness, a silence that isn't lonely or hollow, but full and alive. This is the silence that heals, the silence that holds you. Let's enter it now. Take a slow, gentle breath. As the air moves through you, notice the subtle quiet settling inside your body. Not the silence of emptiness, the silence of presence. A silence that feels like soft earth beneath your feet, or the hush of dawn before anything stirs, or the peaceful moment after a long exhale. This silence has been forming throughout your journey. It was there in your breath. It was there in your stillness. It was there in your forgiveness. Now, it rises fully, a warm, steady quiet that wraps itself around your entire being. Let your breath fall into this silence effortlessly. Inhale. The quiet expands. Exhale. Your body sinks deeper into rest. Imagine you are seated in a quiet forest clearing. The world around you is still. No rush of thoughts, no noise of expectation, just the soft hum of nature resting. There is no need to speak, no need to think, no need to do anything at all. The silence holds you like gentle arms. This is healing silence, the kind that gives your heart room to breathe again. Allow your mind to soften into this quiet. Let thoughts appear and disappear without clinging. Let emotions rise and fade without effort. Let the silence surround everything gently. Silence in Buddhist practice isn't about shutting out the world. It's about opening a space where the heart can finally listen to itself, to its needs, to its truth. When noise fades, clarity returns. When stillness deepens, healing begins. Take another slow breath. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel the small muscles around your eyes soften. This silence is melting tension you didn't even realize you carried. Let this quiet pool within you grow wider. Let it fill your chest. Let it drift down into your belly. Let it soften your legs, feet, hands, arms. Your entire body is sinking gently into silence, not disappearing, not losing awareness, but resting in a place where you finally feel safe enough to let go. Now imagine a warm, dim light in front of you, a small lantern glowing in the clearing. Its light doesn't break the silence. It adds to it, creating a peaceful, sacred atmosphere. This is the kind of silence monks sit with in meditation halls, the kind of silence that connects you to the deepest parts of yourself. Sit with that lantern for a moment. Let the quiet fill your lungs. Let it settle in your bones. If a thought arises, acknowledge it with kindness. Then let it dissolve into the silence, like a drop of water returning to a still pond. If emotion surfaces, let the silence cradle it gently. If your mind wanders, let the silence guide it back softly. This is the healing power of silence, not forcing, not correcting, not demanding, but holding everything with tenderness. In this silence, your breathing becomes beautifully simple. Inhale, exhale, rest. Feel how silence begins to blur the edges of your awareness, like a soft mist drifting over a quiet landscape. This is the body's natural invitation toward deeper rest, the first steps toward sleep. Let your breath grow slower, softer, deeper. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be carried. This silence is a refuge, a sanctuary, a safe place within you. Let yourself sink into it, like sinking into warm sand, supported on all sides. And as this silence deepens, something gentle begins to happen. Your mind becomes heavier, your breath longer, your body softer. The edges of wakefulness begin to blur. You're not falling asleep yet, but you're drifting toward it, step by step, breath by breath. This peaceful transition is where we're headed next. The silence holding you begins to deepen, becoming softer, heavier, like a warm blanket settling over your entire being. Your breath moves through this quiet space slowly and effortlessly, and with each gentle exhale, you feel yourself drifting closer to the tender edge between wakefulness and dreams. Let this silence guide you now, step by step, into the night. Take a slow breath in and let it melt out of your body like warm mist. Notice how each exhale makes you feel just a little heavier, a little softer, a little more willing to rest. You've journeyed so deeply within yourself, moved through layers of emotion, clarity, compassion, and stillness. Now, your only task is to ease into the quiet night that awaits you. Imagine yourself standing at the beginning of a gentle path. The sky above is a deep, velvety blue, not yet fully night, but fading softly into it. Stars begin to peek through the watercolor darkness, one by one. The air is cool and soothing, carrying the faint scent of warm earth and distant trees. Each breath draws this calmness deeper into your body. With your first step down the path, feel your foot sink a little into the soft ground. This path is slow, peaceful, unhurried, made for this moment, made for rest. Each step becomes a breath. Each breath becomes a step. Both guide you forward effortlessly. Inhale. Step softly. Exhale. Let another layer of tension fall away. The path is lined with small lanterns. Their glow, gentle and golden, lighting the way, not to guide you with urgency, but to comfort you as you move deeper into the night. The light flickers lightly on the ground, casting soft shadows that sway like whispers. Everything around you feels safe, calm, familiar, as if this path has been waiting for you. Your body begins to grow heavier now, in a good way. The kind of heaviness that comes when you finally feel allowed to rest. Notice the way your shoulders sink slightly, the way your jaw unclenches, the way your breath grows deeper without you trying. This heaviness is peace settling in. Let the night sky deepen overhead. Let the stars shimmer quietly. Let your steps slow into a gentle rhythm. As you walk, imagine your worries falling behind you like leaves slipping off a tree. They land softly on the path and stay there, no longer clinging to your shoulders or your thoughts. You don't need to solve anything. You don't need to hold anything. The night carries everything for you now. Feel your mind becoming quieter. It's not empty, just slow, warm, and soft. Thoughts drift in and out like fireflies dancing gently in the distance. You don't need to catch them. You don't need to follow them. You just watch them glow and fade. Inhale. Your mind softens. Exhale. Your body unwinds. The deeper you walk into this night, the more you feel held by it. The calm darkness wrapping around you like gentle arms. It isn't cold. It isn't frightening. It's comforting, like slipping into warm water or curling beneath a soft blanket. You begin to feel the pull of rest, gentle and irresistible. Ahead of you, the path widens into a quiet clearing. The lanterns here are dimmer, softer, guiding you not with brightness, but with invitation. The ground is smooth, almost velvety, inviting your body to rest upon it. You can feel the energy of the earth rising up in a slow, grounding hum. Take a few more steps into the clearing. Feel your breath slow. Feel your eyelids grow heavier. Feel your entire being moving closer to sleep. The sky now is a blanket of deep starlight, quiet and endless. The night around you feels alive with peace, cradling you gently. You're no longer walking. You're drifting, floating, moving effortlessly toward rest. Let your breath soften even more. Let your body sink into the comfort of this moment. Let your thoughts fade into the quiet hum of night. You are safe here. You are held here. You are welcome here. This gentle descent is preparing you for the deepest rest, a sleep that feels nourishing, warm, and complete. But before you drift fully into dreams, the next chapter will guide you even closer, slowing everything down until the boundaries between breath, body, and night dissolve into pure rest. As you step into the quiet clearing beneath the deep night sky, the world around you grows even stiller. The air cools softly against your skin. The last traces of tension slip away, and your breath becomes slow and almost weightless. In this softened space, your mind begins to settle too, gently, quietly, like something light drifting down from the sky. Let's follow that feeling now. Take a slow, delicate breath. Let it expand softly in your chest, and then let it fall away. Feel how the breath descends, slow, silent, gentle, just like snow. Imagine tiny snowflakes drifting down in the night, each one unique, each one quiet, each one landing with barely a whisper. This is the rhythm your mind is beginning to follow. Picture the clearing around you, transforming slowly into a peaceful winter scene. The ground beneath you remains soft and warm, but the air above grows cool and crisp. Snowflakes begin to appear, just a few at first, drifting lazily in the stillness. They float without direction, without urgency, carried by the soft breath of the night. Each flake falls like a thought that no longer needs to be held. Each flake lands like a moment gently coming to rest. Each flake settles without disturbance. Let your breath become lighter as you watch them fall. Inhale. A snowflake forms. Exhale. It drifts downward. Inhale. Another appears. Exhale. It settles softly on the earth. Your mind is doing the same, slowing, softening, settling. Thoughts that once felt heavy now drift like snowflakes, weightless and quiet. Worries that once pushed and pulled at you now loosen, losing their sharpness as they float downward into stillness. Feel the gentle relief of this, the way your mind doesn't need to grip anything, or chase anything, or resist anything. Just drift, just fall, just settle. Imagine the ground around you slowly becoming covered in a thin layer of snow. Not cold, not harsh, just peaceful, soft, calming. The snow muffles every sound, turning the world into a gentle hush. Even your thoughts sound quieter now, softer around the edges, as though wrapped in a blanket of silence. Let your breath sink into that quiet. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, softer. Inhale, slower. Exhale, deeper. The snow continues to fall, slow and steady, each flake making the world more still. The trees around the clearing become outlined in delicate white. Their branches hold the weight effortlessly, just as your mind begins to hold its thoughts without strain. Even the air feels thicker with calm, heavier with peace, denser with silence. Let your shoulders relax even more. Let your limbs grow heavy. Let your eyelids drift downward slightly, feeling heavier with each breath. The snowfall invites you into a deeper layer of rest, a stillness that feels ancient, familiar, and safe. Imagine your thoughts now as snowflakes landing on the surface of a frozen lake. They settle without rippling the water. They simply touch and rest. No stirring, no sinking, no disturbance. Just gentle arrival and stillness. Feel your mind becoming that lake, smooth, unmoving, serene beneath the falling snow. The world inside you grows quieter with every exhale. Thoughts slow into a soft drift. Awareness becomes thick, like winter air. Even time itself seems to pause, hanging gently in the space between snowflakes. Your body begins to follow. Your muscles slacken. Your breath deepens. Your heart rate slows into a peaceful rhythm. Rest is coming closer now, not forced, not pushed, but arriving naturally, like the final snowflakes of a quiet night. Imagine the snowfall gradually thinning, the flakes becoming fewer, slower, softer. The last few drift downward like the mind's final thoughts before sleep. You don't chase them. You don't hold them. You watch them fall and disappear into the gentle white covering the earth. Your mind is now a snow-covered landscape, still, calm, untouched. Take one more long, slow breath. Inhale, pure quiet. Exhale, complete release. You are ready for the final, deepest descent into sleep. As the snow settles fully and the night wraps you in perfect silence, the next chapter becomes your final step, a gentle, peaceful surrender into dreamless rest. As the last snowflake settles and the clearing becomes still beneath its soft white blanket, even your thoughts grow quiet, drifting into a silence deeper than the night around you. The world inside you has become unmoving, peaceful, ready. There is nothing left to do. Do now, but rest, to slip into the quiet, beyond thought, beyond effort, beyond words. Take one last slow breath. Let it fill your chest gently, and let it fall away like the softest whisper. You've arrived at the end of your journey, not with a dramatic ending, not with fanfare or intensity, but with a quiet that holds your entire being. The night is still. The air is calm. Your mind is a snow-covered field where nothing stirs, nothing presses, nothing asks anything of you. There is only peace. Imagine yourself lying down in the heart of the clearing, the softened snow warm beneath you, forming perfectly to the shape of your body. Above you, the stars watch in gentle silence. The sky feels infinite, soft, comforting. You breathe, and it feels like the sky breathes with you. Inhale, a slow expansion. Exhale, a deeper release. Each breath draws you further inward, into a place beyond thinking, beyond imagining, beyond needing to hold on to anything. A place where even the act of listening becomes soft. A place where consciousness loosens its grip and begins to sway gently toward sleep. Let yourself sink. Let your body grow heavy, pleasantly heavy, as though the earth itself has made room for you, cradling you with the tenderness of quiet night. Your arms loosen, your legs soften, your chest moves like a slow tide. Nothing pulls you outward anymore. Everything invites you inward. The last traces of thought fade like distant echoes. The last flickers of awareness drift like dimming embers. The world slips into stillness around you, inside you, through you. This is peace beyond words, a peace that doesn't need to be described because you feel it with every inch of your being. Imagine a warm darkness wrapping gently around your body. Not heavy darkness, the comforting kind that welcomes you safely into sleep. It curls around your shoulders, flows over your chest, slides down your legs, like velvet, like quiet water, like silence made warm. Your breathing becomes so slow now, so soft, so easy. Inhale. Barely a movement. Exhale. A quiet surrender. You're letting go without trying. You're slipping under without effort. Sleep is not something you reach for. It reaches for you. Feel your consciousness drifting at the edges, like a candle flame growing smaller, gentler, dimmer, until it becomes only a glow. Then a whisper of light. Then a memory of light. Your thoughts dissolve into soft shapes. Your awareness thins into quiet fog. Your body feels weightless, suspended in perfect calm. You are no longer walking the path. You are no longer watching the snow. You are no longer thinking. You are simply resting in silence. This silence holds you the way warm hands hold a sleeping child, gently, securely, with so much tenderness that you don't need to do anything at all. Your mind sinks deeper, then deeper still. Old currents quiet. New dreams begin to shimmer, faintly at the edges. You drift, not quickly, not abruptly, just naturally, like a leaf carried by a calm river. Your breath slows even more. Your eyelids grow impossibly heavy. Your entire body melts into stillness. There is nothing to hear now, nothing to remember, nothing to hold. Everything softens. Everything quiets. Everything fades. You sink through layers of peaceful darkness, each one softer than the last, each one guiding you further from the waking world. No effort, no thought, just rest. You're almost asleep now, drifting through the final doorway, weightless, calm, held by the night itself. Let go, fully, completely. Fall into the silence. Fall into the stillness. Fall into the gentle, endless peace, waiting beneath every breath. And now, sleep, softly, deeply, completely.